Deadpool and Wolverine is a mid movie, guys. It reminds me of No Way Home. A lot of epic cameos, hype, and you're joyful, but like what they could have done with these characters could have been so much better. Now that the dust has settled, we can finally give Deadpool and Wolverine its flowers. I'm gonna like to clap it up for Deadpool and Wolverine. Domestically to date, Deadpool and Wolverine has made $556,256,863. Internationally, it met it and beat it with $597,933,034 for a grand total worldwide for this R-rated movie, $1,154,189,897. My goodness, it did it. This number, 1.15, beats out the Joker for the highest grossing rated R movie of all time. Congratulations. Deadpool and Wolverine gave me some thrills that I never knew that was coming, bro. I got my blade fixed that I didn't know that I missed until I saw him. It even showed me a little bit of Electra swag. I was like, okay, I'm not mad that I see you right now. Hi.
Right.
And then blew my whole load back sideways, bro. When that motherfucker said, flame on, I saw freaking Captain America.
Captain America.
Unbelievable, man.
Johnny Storm.
As Johnny Storm.
How you gonna forget Remy LeBeau?
Who?
Remy LeBeau.
No, I ain't like him. He's trash.
I guess he didn't make a name for himself.
I didn't like him. But we can say for sure, we did the review. A lot of hype is going on when the movie came out. A lot of people put their reviews up, and they were filling the gas. I likened the hype for these superhero movies to a man who is chasing the girl and he wants to like finish with her, and after he finishes, he realizes, oh frig, I made a mistake. The logic starts to set in, and then you're like, For me, I knew almost immediately how I truly felt about the film, but I didn't want to be a Debbie Downer and give critique to a movie where everybody's riding the high. That Infinity War review, that infamous Infinity War review where all of my friends sucked that movie off. And then for Deadpool and Wolverine, kind of the same was happening. So I had to say something, and then I was like, oh no, okay, let me just wait. And we are over about a month out from Deadpool and Wolverine being out, and Deadpool and Wolverine is a mid movie, guys.
In what way?
Damn.
It's a mid movie in film and movie review. Like when you review a movie that you watch, when you take the MCU out of it, when you take the hype factor of the cameos out, what you're left with is a mediocre to subpar superhero movie. That kind of disappointed me, bro. I thought that Deadpool and Wolverine was going to be more multiverse than it was. I thought that Deadpool and Wolverine was going to be more tied into the MCU than it was. I thought that it was going to have a dope story. The script is very bad. It reminds me of No Way Home. No Way Home is one of the worst scripts in the MCU, hands down. Thor Love and Thunder beat it, but until Thor Love and Trash came out, I think No Way Home had the worst script in the MCU. Worse than Ant-Man and the Wasp, I swear. It's just it's ridiculous, some of the stuff that's in that movie. But then this movie comes, and it reminds me of No Way Home. A lot of epic cameos, hype, and you're joyful, but like what they could have done with these characters could have been so much better. It could have been so much more epic had they utilized. Blade didn't do much in the movie. He said a couple of things, had a couple of roundhouses. That was it. Jennifer Garner didn't do much. Gambit didn't do much. Johnny Storm didn't really do shit. So it's like, you had the cameos, but they didn't. But it had an awesome fight with Deadpool and Wolverine. Those two fights they had, especially the second fight, was fantastic. But it's like, it's eye candy for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about the plot and the villain, the story and the foundation,
weak.
Very weak. Very weak.
Like, who is this Mr. Paradox? This bad guy at a
I don't know.
Like, this dude, he's lame.
All right,
like,
this is good. All right, I'm not alone on this. John Bap, so you agree with me with the story then?
The story is garbage.
Oh, God.
It's like
I agree.
this,
Woo!
I
thought it was
Yeah, I agree.
This TVA guy. I'm like, who is he? I was like, why don't they take somebody from the Loki series and make them the big bad? And then they just shoehorned in
Exactly.
Shirley
from the Loki series.
that's running the TVA now conveniently. I was like, why is she in the? How is this going on under your nose? How?
Right. How does the TVA not know about this?
Like, the story is really weak. The story is
Yeah.
really weak. Now, first of all, this is a by numbers MCU movie. It's by the numbers.
It's formulaic.
Corny. That's the word. It's a formulaic MCU movie. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Bad, weak story. Corny, forgettable villain. Mr. Paradox. Come on. At first, I thought he was a Kang variant because of how corny his name was. I said he got to be a Kang variant. Nobody goes around and calls himself, "I'm Mr. Paradox. I work at the TVA." Trash.
But John Bap, to be fair though, I mean, you gotta remember at this time the TVA is dealing with
Oh no.
bigger shit.
It's okay. He can bring his
No, it
difference
make-
of
it make-
opinion
no,
out.
no.
Hey, it's all right. 5-star. Go ahead.
No, like as a movie, it's as a superhero movie, it's decent.
No.
As a comedy
No.
film, it's a 10 out of 10 as a comedy.
No. I didn't get to. All I'm talking about is the story. Jody started the story.
Yeah.
It makes sense though, because if you
The story
to me, it
is
makes
trash.
sense.
It doesn't make
The story is
sense.
trash. It's
Hold on,
trash.
let me explain. It makes sense because if you think about it,
I didn't say it don't make sense.
where do we leave off with Loki? He just took over the thing.
He became God of the MCU.
Right? We have the TVA trying to figure out with the Kangs. So it makes sense them having bigger issues to deal with and them not noticing, hey, this dude's over here going rogue. Like, it makes sense.
5-star. Did you watch the Low Key season 2?
Yes, I enjoyed it. Season 2 was fire too.
It was good. But same thing happened. Oh, all this is going on right under the TVA's nose, even though they're the guardians of multiverses.
Right.
How is this going on and you don't know about it?
Right.
But again, if you
This
have a
lady's like-
company, okay, so does the CEO of his company know what is going down at every location?
Every
In a
big
company
thing,
that
yeah.
deals in the multiverse and different
Yes.
variations, any little
Important things,
splinter
yeah.
they know about.
So the
How do they know?
CEO of a restaurant company, a restaurant chain, knows
I'm
what's
sorry, you
happening
missed
at
the
the
point.
very bottom.
You just missed the
Yes.
point. You missed the point.
If it's important.
Your
This isn't the
company-
very bottom. This is a man messing with timelines and pruning people.
Right. Every little variation, they know all about it. So you mean to tell me they don't know what's going on in every level of the TVA?
They went and
Trash.
got Loki from Avengers 2012 when he took the box and fled, and they pruned him.
But they weren't dealing with big scale issues like they are now with the TV.
The multiverse is always a big scale issue at all times.
He was pruning people to that void. I mean, they were already doing that beforehand.
Okay, so you're telling me that the TVA that is responsible for reality as we know it got too busy.
There was no incursions happening, so they had no reason to suspect anything with that.
Okay, so why did
Okay.
you say they're worried about things if no incursions are happening? So you just contradicted yourself.
No. I'm saying with what he was doing was not causing incursions, but they're looking at to see what other stuff's going on with these incursions. What he's doing is not registering as an incursion to them.
And this is why it's kind of bad, because they tried to use a MacGuffin machine that, what was it, hyper accelerated the way they decay and get out of time without actually pruning them. I don't even know what that machine was, but because in Loki, pruning was done. No need for it. Loki is a literal god of the MCU. No one's more powerful than him. He can do whatever the freak he wants to do. Change and prune anything at any time he wants in any reality that he wants. That's what that ending of that Loki was. That was ultimate power. Freaking he who remains my balls. Anyway, he
became God of
there was a no prune clause, and they said, "Oh, how are we gonna make it happen?" Hey, and they even laughed at it. They called it a MacGuffin. I think Ryan Reynolds said, "What the MacGuffin is that thing?"
Yeah.
And it was that. It was a machine that. Forgive me, guys. I only saw it once, and that's another thing. I will only see it once in the theater. I'm not gonna see this again. I'll buy it.
I can watch it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, the rewatchability is not high for me. It's something that I would buy to rewatch, not pay to rewatch, if that makes sense to
I
you.
don't pay to rewatch that.
Right,
So
exactly.
that's the thing, Jody. Will
to
you
your
give it
point,
the
like-
excuse? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
But to Jody's point though, like we're just at the story right now. That's all we're talking.
Yes,
about.
the story. I was talking about.
Is trash.
Yeah. And they use trash things like that MacGuffin, like the Tom from freaking Succession, and the fact I need help here, because did Professor X had a sister that was born with him that didn't know he had a sister that got took somehow, that had powers, that never reached out to find her brother when he was doing all that shit? Is that right?
He's always had a sister.
Yeah, I think they said they pruned her when she was a baby.
It was retroactively put in there, Jody. Like he never always had a sister. They just made up this character.
But they said that she was always there.
In X-Men stories, she's always had a
So
sister.
while we were watching X-Men 1, X2, X-Men United, X3, with all that with the Fox movies, was a sister somewhere down there living and chilling, and Professor X, who has communication with mutants, and even the other variants of the Professor X, who had communication with mutants, didn't know she existed.
That's the trash story.
How is that possible?
She's still
And why was she bald? Look, he said, why was she bald? To let you know that's Professor X's sister. That's like, what is happening? And I'm thinking,
That's the thing I wanted to ask you, Jody, because it sounded like they knew it was trash. So will you give it the pass? Because it sounded like they mentioned the MacGuffin, they mentioned all this trash shit because they fourth wall break know that it's trash. So is the movie get a pass for knowing that it's a trash movie and going along with the ride? Or
I'm not gonna bail it out, Rob. I don't think they think that was trash. I think that's supposed to mean something, because if you look at the fans who love this movie, they'll cap for this movie and say that the story wasn't bad. They'll say it wasn't as bad as we're saying.
Nah, it was all
They'll
over
try
the
to make
place.
sense of it. Look, you see what Five Star did? He just tried to make sense of the MacGuffin machine
I wasn't making sense of the MacGuffin. I'm saying that
of the TVA.
These things have already been established throughout.
There you go. You're cap. You're making excuse for why the
Nothing has
TVA
been
was
established.
dumb.
Nothing.
5-star. I love the movie, but I'm not going to.
Based on that logic, bro.
And what's crazy, John Babbitt, I need you guys to know at home, I love the movie too, but for completely different reasons. I love the movie for not film reasons, not movie reasons, not MCU reasons. I love the movie for character reasons. Epic
I love it
reasons.
for the thrills.
Then
Like,
Yeah.
then every movie in the MCU's every movie in the MCU's it's a D tier.
That's Civil War is a
No.
great
Okay.
movie. Winter
That shit
Soldier is a
Facts.
great movie.
No, it's
That shit
not.
ass.
Facts.
Civil War-
Five star. Stop
Stand
it.
on that.
Wow.
5-star.
Wow.
Civil War's an ass movie. That
The
shit has
writing.
no business.
The writing is Civil War.
Wow. That is a
Yes.
well written. That is an actual great movie.
So-
Black
so
Panther
the
is a
speech-
great movie.
Facts.
So the speech that Sharon Carter gave is trash at her funeral.
It's undone because of Endgame.
What?
I want to know what's whack about the Winter Soldier since you went down this rabbit trail. What was whack about that as a movie?
Winter Soldier? Oh no, that movie fire. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank you. Okay.
Civil War though.
back to
Civil
this-
War. That shit, I stand.
He got 5%.
Okay,
Of his brain cells.
fine. So,
So back to the-
d-
What
d- does-
multiverse do you
so
live in, 5-star?
Does everyone does who is it? We have people here. John
only
Babb
solid movie
agrees
in
with me.
MCU is
Does everybody
Eternal.
agree with me that the story for Deadpool and Wolverine is garbage?
Yeah,
Yes, I
was
agree.
gonna add
Yeah.
something. I stayed away from trailers because I was like, I don't want to watch no trailers or nothing. I honestly thought that Professor X's sister in the beginning of the movie was what's the name of the Doctor Strange's teacher that taught him how to do all that?
The ancient one?
Yeah, I thought that was her.
Me too. Me too. Yeah, me
Some
too.
people do.
So all of us
But that's
agree
what-
that the story's
Yeah.
is trash.
Story
Yes.
For
first,
me,
villain-
Jody.
Oh, hold on. We're going to go
I-
step by
I-
step. We're going to go step by step.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there it is. We've identified that Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, this is our opinion, and this is my opinion and theirs. But I'm saying trash story, right? That's not my only problem with it. I feel like the music was bad. The score, it was non-heroic, non-memorable, and without in sync, I wouldn't know a single song that was played in the freaking movie.
Yeah,
forgettable.
I disagree with that part.
Rob,
the only type part was the cameos.
Rob, what
I
music did
think
you
that
remember?
I think the songs that they chose were good, but the score was trash. I think they chose good music.
I don't think it was trash, Rob. I just think it's forgettable.
Yes.
I just think that it was forgettable.
Yeah, very forgettable. And think about it. We had Wolverine. We had Wolverine.
Bring them out when they was in the car. They was going to the freaking mansion.
Yeah, but that's the soundtrack, not really the score. So
Yeah, that's not the score.
it wasn't heroic at all. Like, you had Wolverine in the Wolverine costume, and you didn't give an epic score behind that motherfucker. I would have loved to hear. You couldn't play that.
They did that with Professor X in the second Doctor Strange movie.
Yes,
He
they
died
did.
5 seconds in.
Yep.
I wouldn't want that. I'm sorry. I don't want that.
But I'm trying to tell you guys why I think this movie's bad from how you review a movie. You know, I'm supposed to do my job, wanted me to just suck it off, and I'm sorry. The score, the script, the acting, you expect it to be bad, and it was bad, except for Hugh Jackman. He was fantastic.
Okay.
Yes, he was.
Hugh Jackman was fantastic. Yes. So I'll say that the acting was as much as you would expect, right?
But hold on, let's go back to the score real quick.
Oh yeah.
Okay, to me, in my opinion, the most epic part is Wolverine doing this.
The cowl. Yeah.
Because he looked great in it. That's when the music should have really like.
Yes. That and when they came out the back of that bus and posed with the claws out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like.
Yes.
Was that match CGI mostly too, Jody?
Yeah, especially the eyes.
Because I was like,
yeah, the eyes were a little off, but I F with it.
Real mask?
I F with it heavy,
and
bro.
sometimes the mask looked like it was a little tilted,
good.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But it did look good. That too,
but I'm not gonna like discredit the whole thing just because it just whatever.
Yeah.
But for me, Jody, I knew it was gonna be trash, so that's why, like, going into it, I knew this wasn't gonna be no serious like.
You knew Deadpool and Wolverine was gonna be trash.
No, not in the sense of. I'm talking about in terms of the movie quality. Like I was going into it like I go into Fast and Furious movies. I turn my brain off.
Right.
But again, how many MCU movies are top quality like that? Not many.
I thought that Deadpool and Wolverine was going to be the type of movie that was up there with the Black Panthers, Winter Soldier, Civil Wars, Infinity War, No Way Homes.
I didn't think
it's Ryan Reynolds comedy.
Yeah,
I wouldn't give it that much credit.
I thought that Hugh Jackman would have brought some levity to this clown, bro.
Levity? He brought he anchored the movie. Like Wolverine is the anchor of this movie. Because Deadpool's shtick gets this old.
He is the anchor of the movie. Yeah. All right, he does bring. He's the anchor, but he doesn't bring the levity enough to me. Deadpool sillied it up. The only time that he really brought the levity was when he was talking about his past, which wasn't that effective. But when he was really talking about, he called him a mouth in the van. He told him about himself.
Yeah, he treated him
correct, and that does not counteract the 2 hours of freaking shtick and Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds that I had to endure. I don't think that he weighted it and combated his enough, but. That's okay. I could deal with that. I'm like, all right, I'm happy with what I got when it comes to my Wolverine.
Right.
But I feel like after watching the movie, I didn't really get anything new. And that's hard. It's weird to say. You don't take home nothing from Deadpool and Wolverine. Like you know that you experience it in the moment, the shock value of seeing them and then talking about them and then thinking about them, like you're thinking about them. And why do I say thinking about them? You're thinking about the cameos. You're not thinking about that story. You're not thinking about Wolverine's damaged past. And then when you find out his damaged past is just him going to drink at a bar and they died and he put that on himself and that's why you're depressed, how is that your fault?
Well, that lends to the trash story.
It does.
So Professor X, Jean Grey, Storm died because of the humans? He said the humans came.
Yes.
Really? Omega level mutants died because the humans came.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't get the point of this. I didn't get the point of this movie until the end, Jody. When I saw all the 21st Century Fox, I was like, "Oh, this was the point of this movie, not the story. This is
right.
It's
a tribute to the Fox movie."
That's right. I was like, Oh, this is an RP to Fox. That's what this movie is.
You're right.
When I got
Yeah.
the movie.
Yeah, it's like I go
Like,
back
oh, this is what
Fox
this was
universe.
for.
Yeah.
This wasn't a
It's a
real
love
movie.
letter
This
to the
was
Fox
love
fans.
letter. Yeah.
Yeah, that hit me out of nowhere. Like,
That's
wait
what
a
hit
minute,
me.
what's going on here? Okay, is this more of a Fox thing? Like, goodbye, Fox? I'm like, all right. I wasn't expecting that at all. I thought it was gonna be. I thought this was gonna tie into the X-Men. I thought it was gonna tie into a future movie. I thought it was gonna tie into some future. I'm like,
This ain't James Gunn.
it
This ain't
didn't.
DC.
It didn't do that.
wasn't. Like,
Yeah.
you know what? I don't like any of the Deadpool films, to be quite fair, but the only reason I watched this one, right, especially with the new remakes and whatnot of the Marvel films, I was like, this is what they've done. They've used the tacky superhero they have to do a cheap rip-off of Flash's reset. They've basically just gone, hey, we're going to do what DC did, and we're going to reset the universe, and we're going to do it in a stupid way, and that's how we're going to do it. That's what they've done. That's what they did. They did a stupid multiverse reset button with a punk film and got loads of cameos in, so cunts would watch it, so when they do the reset, people swallow the new stuff. That's what they did. Let's just face it. That's what they did.
I'll say this. I'm glad it didn't tie to anything because it's just a self-contained movie. I'm fine with it being a self-contained movie.
But it's
Like,
not.
go ahead and
But
recast.
Jody
it.
had high hopes.
They're going to
Yeah.
leapfrog from this movie, guys. I believe
We might
Doctor
see Hugh
Doom and the
Jackman.
Avengers come out. It's gonna, bro. Hugh Jackman's gonna be Wolverine in the MCU, man.
I don't think so.
Ryan Reynolds said it.
I hope
Till
not.
you're
I
90.
think so.
He was telling
Remember
the
the-
truth.
Remember the end of the movie, Jody? He said, will I see you again? And it's, remember, everything Ryan Reynolds says is kind of meta. And Hugh Jackman's Wolverine says, I don't think so. To me, I think that left it as a
They
self-contained.
made him the anchor.
What
being
I'm
of-
hearing is that Hugh Jackman is in talks to be Wolverine in the future MCU.
The
I
way
think
that
he'll,
movie
like,
ended.
with
He's
this movie, he'll have like a cameo in Secret Wars as an old man.
Yeah, he's gonna be in that, bro.
Still gonna be
So he's
Wolverine,
gonna still
yeah.
be Wolverine in the future MCU. When the X-Men come, maybe later. That's years from now. Like I told you guys, maybe
that's
2028, 2027, 2028 at the earliest. But for now, bro, he's Wolverine, and it's not just in this freaking Deadpool movie. He's gonna be Wolverine in the freaking. He's about to be Wolverine till he's 90. What are we doing? Robert Downey Jr. is back, and I feel like the future movies are gonna call back to what happened in this Fox movie. I'm hearing rumblings that Mahershala Ali is getting further and further from wanting to be Blade. And then what did freaking Wesley Snipes say in the movie? There's only one Blade.
Only one blade.
He said there's
Is it-
only
is it
one
Deadpool?
Blade.
Deadpool
And
was
then he looked into the camera.
like, you're right, exactly. More meta from the.
So what happens if our future Blade and Wolverine is Wesley Snipes and Hugh Jackman?
Fire. Fire.
Yeah, Wesley
I don't want
Snipes,
that.
If Ryan Reynolds not in it, I'm not coming back for Blade.
I don't want Wesley Snipes as Blade anymore. He's done his job.
I'm okay if Wesley come back, right? I'm okay if Hugh come back because he showed me he could be a great Wolverine. It's the problem is
Wesley
like
Snipes old as
exactly like when are we gonna move on and
But I need
Get him.
I need the baton hand
Proper.
off. I need Wesley Snipes to hand Mahershala Ali the baton. I need Hugh Jackman to hand the new casted Wolverine.
That could be good.
Did,
That
he
could
didn't
be
do nothing
good.
with it.
yeah, that
At the comic,
That
he
could
better
work.
hurry up because Mahershala Ali damn near old his damn self.
he about to be
Yeah.
60 in a couple of years.
They
I
did it
think.
years ago when they announced Blade, and he did hurry up, but they haven't done nothing with it.
bro. Hey,
You know what it is?
Marvel
is,
They've dug in this hole, and now they have to wait it out until they can reset.
I think
That's
that the
what it
movie has epic moments, and I think that feels good. And when you do feel good, you got to give it a boost. I feel similar to the way Wonder Woman 84 did. I gave Wonder Woman 84 an A-, and I gave Wolverine and
Wonder
Deadpool
Woman
an
84.
A-. Wonder Woman 84 gets its grade and earns its grade, and I wouldn't move off of that because it's a great superhero movie. Is Wonder Woman 84 a good film? Nope. It has script issues like a motherfreaker. It has that weird with the MacGuffin and Maxwell. Are you really? Can Diana really see him or not? That was weird. And
Yeah, it was.
there's things that I have problems with that movie. And the cheetah fight that didn't exist is just unforgivable.
Oh my god!
Like that, and I let that know. That's just you just can't not do that, bro. Like you have him swinging on ropes. Nah, bro, that ain't it.
Bringing
No,
on lightning.
we need the violence. So, but as a superhero movie, A- status. When it comes to Deadpool and Wolverine, It gets an A- for a different reason. Pure epic entertainment, shock value, jizz.
Yes, and that's all I like about it. Just the feel good, the rush. I gave it A+ because I haven't left the movie theaters feeling like that in a long time. Just the
people was talking too. We was talking
Yeah.
after we got out. People was talking. We was conversating
Yep.
for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
like him putting the mask
That was
on
good to
to me
have.
the most epic part of the movie.
Yeah.
The cameos.
Like, hey, yeah, you like that moment? Yeah. Remy LeBeau.
Especially, I know you say you didn't like Channing Tatum, but he'd been in talks to be in a Gambit movie for 15 years.
Right.
So
I'm
soon
glad
as-
he didn't. I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad he
Yeah,
didn't.
he doesn't
'cause,
work. I
oh
don't
my
like
goodness,
that. I don't
that
like his look. It's weird.
Mate, I blocked him doing that for years, and then COVID hit, and I didn't know about the damn thing. I couldn't release my thing again, and then he got it.
So that was
so he was ready for.
I should have got that dude from the origin.
Every year I re-release that edition until then.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Trixie made this movie happen.
Everybody trying to ice skate uphill.
Yeah,
We have here. Hugh Jackman wants that check.
Every year I blocked it.
Wesley Snipes needs to shave his head, beard, or dye his hair back black. Yeah, definitely. So he'll make it happen.
No,
Kashan says this movie was a cash grab, and it is. It is a cash grab. It cashed in on our nostalgic factor. You know.
nostalgia is strong, bro.
A movie about
Nostalgia
characters
is
we actually
strong.
care about, though.
Yes.
And it's simple. Make a movie about. We don't care about Agatha, Darkhold Diaries, or INR.
Yeah, let's get that out of here.
It's about characters we care about. It's easy.
And it
It's
turned
easy.
me around on Hugh Jackman because I was negative on him for a long time, and I see that this man can actually do it if he just had the real, Disney-esque factor, the real Marvel factor from Feige and shit. And he did it. So I still love the movie, but I don't love the movie for it being a movie. I love the movie for what's in it.
I don't think anybody likes
Yeah,
it.
and I think you got to.
That's not true, John Bab. You tripping? What we're saying right now, people are gonna call us blasphemous. Like,
Yeah.
did you not see Saddle Ward and them niggas calling me a Debbie Downer, trash and all? They were mad, bro. On my review, they were upset that I was trying to critique this.
They
should have known how you are, though.
You need to go and watch that spoiler review we did because got on my head for that. It was like Infinity War all over again, bro. And it's like, dang, bro, people want to see me critique a movie because they trust my opinion on it. I gotta do that. And I just can't. I don't feel comfortable just sucking off stuff. And if I do suck something off, I'm gonna tell you I'm sucking it off. I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend like, oh, yeah, this is better. Nah, bro. You gotta. The fact that Wonder Woman 84 was not nowhere near as good as Wonder Woman upset me, bro. And it was even harder to because if Patty wasn't my friend, I would have went way more savage on that motherfucker. Like with my energy, been more negative.
Like you did Flashpoint.
Yes, like I did with Flashpoint. Because I knew Patty. I don't want to freak, but I still had to respect what Patty did by really critiquing it and saying what I did not like. I didn't hold nothing back. The only thing I held back was the negative energy, my energy, and the way I say this shit was trash, shit was garbage, my emotes. I held all that back. But if you watch that review, I reviewed and critiqued and mentioned there's not one single thing in that review that I did not mention that I didn't like. It's all in there, bro. And I know that you gotta have integrity, bro, and I stick to that shit, bro. So just like
that's important. Props for that.
No Way Home, I think I gave No Way Home an A- too. So
oh Lord,
No Way Home is an A- because Toby's in there, and that Green Goblin power bomb is fire.
Green Goblin owned that, bro.
He was getting put.
Bro, no Way Home's
It's
like
crazy. That Green Goblin is legit.
No,
She was
Norman's
fire.
on sabbatical, honey.
No Way Home, No Way Homes.
That shit was fire, bro. He was taking them. So this is crazy. Yes, he got him right. That is the best Green Goblin that will ever be. That Willem Dafoe was fire for that.
Made it better because he was serving Tom Holland. I was like, fake Spider-Man. Serving.
Jody, do you see that report though that Marvel can use villains that they're already using in the Sony films?
Yeah. Because
So
Sony owns.
That's gonna be the only Green Goblin we ever get.
Yeah, because Sony owns the Spider villain, the 900 character Spider-Man universe list. But yeah, so Why? So in closing with this whole situation, I think that Deadpool and Wolverine is just another mid MCU movie, but it's an epic mid MCU movie that over time, just like No Way Home did, just like Infinity War did, will die down, and then other people will start to see like, okay, when I said this in the movie theater, this was lit though, but it's kind of whatever, you know what I'm saying? People will come to the senses.
It's like food with an aftertaste, with a bad aftertaste.
Isn't a barren like landscape though. That's why it's going to stand out for a long time. Because every other movie that's coming out has been like kind of.
You're absolutely right.
The series has been that, but Deadpool and Wolverine's like a big shining like orb. It's going to get a lot of love for.
And I want you guys to know that I don't disrespect the movie at all. I'm glad it was made. I'm glad it came out. I wanted more. I was disappointed. Yes. But it made $1.1 billion. I think it deserved every bit of that money because Hugh Jackman turned me around. I was negative on his whole entire career as Wolverine until I seen this movie. And the fact that he could still deliver a great performance next to that clown just shows you how amazing Hugh Jackman is, bro.
Wait, even in Logan?
Yeah, even in Logan. I still wasn't sold on him in Logan because he was
wow.
it was just rated R Hugh.
Wow,
They disrespected Logan so bad. I feel so sorry for his corpse.
The way he dogged him with the spinal cord and shit. The adamantium looked fire though. That skeleton that looked lit.
Yeah.
But I liked Logan, but I didn't love Logan like everybody did. I thought it was depressing. It really made me depressed.
I have yet to see that film.
Most people have only seen it once.
I only seen it one time in my whole life.
I've seen it once. I couldn't see it again.
Why would you want to see that again? Why would people want to watch Logan again? Like that? Just I don't want to go through that.
I think it's an important part to see about like a hero's journey that isn't represented a lot. We're not gonna get a lot of movies like that about a superhero, like the tail end of a superhero, like on their last legs, and they've accomplished all what they have, and there's not a lot of movies like that we're going to get made because people just want to see the highlights of superheroes.
Like Rob, it's basically a western. Logan is basically a western.
Yeah. So that's why I appreciate it. It is depressing.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, I don't want to go through that.
When she held that hand, and said "Daddy," I cry every time to this day.
I didn't really. I wouldn't get emotional like that, but
that hurt.
I felt the depression and shit. Like it was like.
I was young when I watched the Wolverine movie, so I have a deep.
For me, it was the Professor X in the boat that was tough.
Right in the Wolverine, the girls like Logan. I see you dying with your heart in your hand, so that kind of calls back to that.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
At least we got a comic accurate Wolverine.
There it is. There.